Utusasreid kengifu vinya hagel nauris iara pertra iu algis sol ty bjerka madurlagu ingoda lagespe. Kengifu vinya. Hi and welcome back to my channel. I am Koala and this is my little nook in this end of the universe that we call YouTube. I am a shamanic practitioner, mainly within Nordic shamanism, and I'm here today for our second episode of the Runes of the Uthark. This is a series that I have going on from the 1st of Sunwait up until the winter solstice, and in each video I talk about 4 runes. I talk about things they have in common, things that they share. I tell you what I have discovered when meditating on them, when preparing for this video. I share the runic number magic of the runes, or more specifically the numbers of the runes. If you want to know more about runic number magic, you can become a member of my Patreon on the tier of Curious, where I will share a video on this topic in December, I think it will pop up. So, alright, let's get into it. So, what does these 4 runes have in common? One of the aspects they have in common is the active energy of these runes. So, fire is the first rune's active energy. So, Ken or Kenaz is the rune of fire. So the active component in that rune is kind of self-explanatory, I think. And then we have Gifu or Gebo, which is the rune of the medicine wheel. So it has all of the elements in it, it has all of the directions, and when I see it for my inner, with my inner mind, or my inner eye, I see it as a 3-dimensional figure with 6 pigs in each direction, so 1 to north, east, south and west, but also down and up. So and it becomes like an energy ball of a sort that can take off in any direction at any moment. So it's a very multi-dimensional rune, because I'm gonna get to its unique quality towards the end of this video that is gonna be completely different. So for the next rune of Vinya or Wunjo, it's the rune of the children, it's the rune of joy. So joy for me and is the active ingredient in this rune, because when I think of joy and a child's wondrous joy, I think of moments like, oh yeah, fantastic, wonderful. And that energy that makes you want to like jump from your chair and do something, be active, like a child sitting and then getting an idea in their head and they're just off. And you're like, weren't you just doing this? And they're like, oh, I'm just gonna, and then because they have an idea and they have to act on it right away. And that's something that most children get stifled in childhood for, and I just love that energy of being like, oh, this, oh, that. Maybe that's why I have so many friends with ADHD. I don't know. But yeah. The next rune is Hagal or Hagalaz, and the active energy in that rune is the energy of a stairwell almost, or the rainbow, because it's an upward, outward kind of energy, and the will to explore continues from Wunjo or Vinya, where it centers around the self and exploring the self, or exploring the immediate surroundings, and it continues out into the universe with Hagal or Hagalaz, which is the rune of the Milky Way and rune of the cosmos and the stars. So, you know, to the what's the words of Buzz Lightyear? To infinity and beyond. That energy, the active energy of this rune. The next thing, only 2 of these runes have in common, and it's actually 2 aspects, and one of them is that you have the entire cosmos within them. And yeah, you can say that every rune has the cosmos within them, but most runes are an aspect of cosmos, or shows an aspect of cosmos, and then it can give you pathways or you know, other ways to the other parts of cosmos, but it doesn't hold the entire cosmos like these 2 runes do. And those 2 runes are Gebo and Hagalaz. And Gebo holds the entire universe because it's the rune of the medicine wheel, right? So every aspect of the medicine wheel and the medicine of the runes are in this rune. So with Hagel or Hagalaz, we have the cosmos with the Milky Way, the stars, and including the Earth, the Moon, and the Sun. So it's different aspects of the cosmos, but they contain the entire cosmos within them. Another thing that these 2 runes have in common is the energy system. So like the body, the energy body, and the energy body system. So G for Gebo is a rune that I connect with the heart and balancing from the heart outwards. Like the heart is the heart and the center of our energy system, and that's from the point where we really heal and we balance our energy. And Hagel or Hagalaz contains all of the rainbow and all of the energies and vibrations and frequencies that are needed to heal the energy body. So they have different, but both have connections to the energy body and healing it all. So imagine what you can do with these 2 combined. And then the last aspect that all of these runes have in common, so Kenaz, Gebo, Wunjo and Hagalaz, is healing and rune medicine. And all of the runes have rune medicine, but this is what I really felt like bringing up for these 4 runes. If you want to know more about rune medicine, I am currently sharing that as a Sunweight calendar kind of thing on my Instagram and on my Facebook. So from the 1st of Sunweight to the winter solstice, I share short posts talking about the rune medicine of each of the 24 runes of the Uthark. So for these 4 runes, we have the energy and the medicine of fire within Kenaz. We have this fire that I work with a lot. We can work with it outside of ourselves by throwing things in an actual fire, dancing around the fire, and just, yeah, there's a lot of medicine with the fire outside of ourselves. Inside of ourselves, I work with fire as a meditative tool to really build the fire within, or have it move around and heal the energy body and heal the physical body as well. We can invite the energy of Ken or Kenaz to take hold of our body and really spread warmth and comfort throughout the body, which is a common meditation that comes up in ceremonies that I hold when Kenaz has a big part in that ceremony. It's also something I do for myself when necessary. And yeah, I'm gonna talk more about rune medicine and how to on my Patreon eventually. So the next rune of G for Gebo, the medicine of the balancing that I've already talked about with balancing the energy body. But the overall medicine of this rune is the balance. So with the help of the medicine wheel, we have the medicine of balancing, of finding equilibrium where we have poles that pull in different directions. So the medicine of this rune is to really get back to a calm equilibrium and feel kind of at peace with everything or with whatever you're struggling. And then the next rune, Vinya or Wunjo, has the medicine of healing your inner child. So going within, healing from within or from the outside in, there are different methods, and healing that. And if you want to know more about this medicine, I'm going to host a ceremony of healing your inner child. It's a workshop, but it's a ceremony and a workshop in one. where I teach 2 different methods of healing your inner child, one from the outside in, one from the inside out. And I'm gonna host that both in English and Swedish in December. So keep a lookout for that. Go to my Patreon if you want to book a spot on that, because when the spots are available, there will only be 3 spots available, and you buy it through my Patreon. You buy a spot on the ceremony through my Patreon if you want to do it in English. And then the last rune of Hagalaz, the medicine, I actually haven't mentioned it, although I've mentioned a lot about this rune already. But the medicine of this rune is actually soul retrieval. This is the rune that is the rune for the entire process of soul retrieval. There are other runes that have like singular aspects of soul retrieval, like there are runes that hold the worlds that we need to go to find our parts that have been shattered from us, that we have lost, that we need to retrieve. But this is the rune that holds the entire process of soul retrieval. Next up is number magic. These are the numbers of all of the 4 runes, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And as I said, go to my Patreon if you want to know more about runic number magic and how to utilize that. And I also talk about life runes. Here I also just want to come in with talking a little bit about the course that I will host on Patreon after New Year's. It's a rune course where we walk with the runes together, you and I host a mini rune ceremony with live shows on Patreon every time we change the rune. So we walk with the runes together, we change the runes together. You can watch that live show afterwards if you can't be present in the moment. And then I share videos about each rune as well during that course. And the good thing about this course is that you can talk to other people and me in the community, in the chat for that course. So there's going to be a community chat with all of the paying tiers on Patreon where everyone can talk together. Everyone can chat together no matter what tier you're on. But then there's also going to be a specific chat room for everyone on this course, and I'm gonna have the course both in English and in Swedish, and everyone will get to intermingle. That's my hope. That's my hope. I haven't made this happen yet. I'm gonna start the tier a little bit beforehand to navigate things, and then you are free to join that tier from the start of it, but the course will start in January. When I meditated on these runes, because I do that for every time I'm gonna film one of these videos, I take the 4 runes that are the current runes and I meditate on them. So when I meditated with them and on these runes, they immediately found their places in my energy body. So that's what I want to share with you. That Kenaz went straight to the stomach, went straight to the solar plexus, the stomach, with the energy of fire. And then Gebo went straight to the heart, and I could feel the energy just exuding from the heart in every direction. And then Wunjo went straight through to the throat, and I could feel myself wanting to express, to sing, to dance, to be joyful outwardly. And then Hagalaz went straight to the head, the forehead and the crown, with a connection to the cosmos and the universe and our highest guides. So that was really wonderful to feel this morning when I meditated with these runes. And now we get to the unique qualities of all of these 4 runes. And I have chosen one for each. And with Kenaz, I chose that it's the single rune of these 4 that is the rune of an element, and this is the element of fire. So in my last episode we met Ansus, that was the rune of air, which means that this is the second rune of the Uthark with an element, or it holds an element, but it's the single one of these 4 that is the rune of an element. And then Gebo's unique aspect is this calm and the energy of this balancing, the equilibrium that I talked about earlier. It's the only one of these 4 runes that really holds that type of energy. It's not the only one in the entire Uthark. I will be getting to another one in my next video. But for these 4 runes and up to this point, it's the only rune with this kind of calm energy. And then Wunjo is the rune that holds the naivete of the child. This ability to see the best in people, to always assume the best, to always see everything from the bright side of life. And that is something that I, as someone with the life rune of Wunjo, has struggled with throughout my life, to kind of get away from that and see situations and people for who they are instead of just being kind of gullible. But I'm also sometimes struggling the other way, to get back to this state of wonder and this state of really trusting that people have good sides and aren't all bad, you know, because that's kind of the other side of it. So the last rune of these 4, Hagalaz, is the only rune with this kind of hardness, like this kind of hard energy, and I'm gonna explain why. Because this is the rune of hail. So hagel in Swedish is hail, and you know, frozen, I want to say frozen tears, but I mean frozen rain, you know what I mean? So the insights that come with this rune when you work with it is like hail right in your face or right on your head or wherever you need them to come. And this energy of like being hit by these little spiky things, that hardness and that spikiness, that energy, that ow, what is that necessary? That energy and that reaction is only connected to this rune. So yeah, that's where we're at. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you next week. Walk in beauty with Kenaz, Gebo, Wunjo and Hagalaz, and with all of the runes of the Uthark, and I will see you next time. Shingling!